Hi and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about Preptober. I am so nervous and so excited to jump into this. For those of you that don't know, Preptober is the kind of like a nickname for the month of October. So before I can even jump into Preptober, I should explain what NaNoWriMo is. So for those of you who don't know, NaNoWriMo is a shortened, I guess, acronym for National Novel Writing Month, which is in November. So in the month of November, writers challenge themselves to write an entire novel in the month of November or 50,000 words. I know. Very insane, very crazy, but also very exciting. So in October, a lot of writers use the month to prepare, which is why it's called Preptober. So if that is interesting to you, if you're ready to see how I'm getting into this madness, stay tuned and keep watching. First things first, for being organized, the first thing that I like to do, and this is something that I do, it's not required, but this is me personally. So that's everything that we're talking about in this video is what I'm doing personally. I just want to get that out of the way. So if anything in this video is too daunting, too type A, too high functioning, too something that you are not into, if you're more relaxed and you can just go with the flow and let creative wind take you wherever it may, then like that is amazing. But I am more type A and I like sticking to a schedule. I like planning ahead and knowing what I'm getting into beforehand, which is why this is really helpful for me. So if you're like that, you may like a lot of what I've got set up and what I'm doing here. So the first thing that I like to do is calendar block. This is something that I do in my everyday life. I do switch it up from time to time. You know, every season of life is different, things are changing, and your same calendar isn't going to be the same for the entire year, right? And it's nice to switch things up. So I work a full-time job. A little difficult when you work a full-time job like an 8 to 5 to try and find time for writing. So if you take the time to calendar block, you'll actually see how much free time you really have. So I use Google Calendar and it's so amazing because you can literally just plug in everything straight from your phone. You can color coordinate it, and you can also, if you want to, if you're crazy like me, you can give yourself timer reminders however many minutes before the next event so you know what's coming up next without having to check your phone. So me, I like half an hour before. That to me is like the perfect amount of time to give me a heads up like, hey, this is coming up. So for whatever reason, half an hour works for me. So in my calendar block, which I did make, I don't think I've mentioned it yet, but I have a website called Aimlessly On Point. It's my blog, and I already did a blog post about Preptober, which this is kind of like the video version companion to my blog post. So a lot of what I'm saying here you may have already read in my blog post. I thought it would be a good idea to do a video and a blog post. That way I can appeal to more people. Some people like to read blogs, some people like videos. So I'm trying to cater to both kinds of people. Me, I do both. So on my blog, I have it pulled up here. This is where I screenshot and actually show you what my day looks like. So this is October 1st for me. So that you see that big purple chunk, that's my 8 to 5. So as you can see, that does take up a big part of my day, but I get up early in the morning, and first thing in the morning, I don't like to check my phone. I don't like to, now that I'm working from home, I had a bad habit at first of I'm just gonna roll out of bed and go to the computer, and it's such a bad habit, and it sets, you know, setting the tone for your day is so important, especially as a creative. So the first thing that I do now is I get up and instead of just taking my dog out to go to the bathroom and that's it, now we go on like 30-minute walks in the morning. She loves it, I love it. I have time mentally to either listen to a podcast, you know, think about my day, clear my mind, and just, I call that my mental quiet time, and it really is, and it really helps me set the tone for my day, helps me set the intention of what I want for the day. So if you want to, you can go through and you can go to my blog and you can see the screenshot I posted of what my day looks like. And this is pretty much what my Monday through Friday is going to be looking like for Preptober. So if you want to look at that, please go check out my website. I will link the blog post in the description box for you to just be able to go straight to it. So calendar blocking, that'll help you see, even with the full-time job, hey, I actually do have, 30 minutes here or 15 minutes here, and you can get a lot done in 15 minutes. You'd be surprised. So if that's something that you'd like, I really recommend it. The second thing that I did is I use Trello. And I actually had used this at a previous job before, and I never heard of it, but we used it for checklists. Like, hey, when you come into work, this is everything you need to get done for the day. And it's an app that you can have on your phone. You can use it on a desktop computer if you would rather. And what I did is I made a list of goals. So now that I have my calendar blocked, I have time set aside for this is your time every day that you are going to be working on Preptober activities. And I was like, okay, what is everything that is on my list to do? So I sat here and I wrote down, okay, this is everything that I need to get done. These are the character profiles that I need to make. This is where my outline needs some brushing up. This is, I want to make a Pinterest board. I want to make a playlist. I want to, write down what it's a fantasy series. So, what are my culture and gender roles going to be like in this society? Those kinds of things, world building. So all of the planning, outlining stages that need to be done. So it's a lot. But October is a whole month. First 2 days of Preptober, you're going to get yourself organized, make a list of everything that needs to be done. So the next 4 weeks, you have it planned out, ready to go. You know what needs to be done in each week. So this seems like a lot, and it kind of is. So in week 1, literally finish your blog edits, upload post on the 1st, launch your blog on the 1st, and plan a schedule for yourself. So that's already done. And then I wrote week 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I put the dates that they are for each one. And this is already filled into my calendar on my planner that I have, which I'll show you in a second. So I took my list that I wrote down of everything that I need to get done this month, and I plugged it in. If you're like me, you don't want to work on the same thing every single day. It can get a little boring. So I wrote down all of the characters that I want to get done in my book, right? So I came up with 15 character profiles. That's a lot. Now, only 2 of them are going to be in depth. My antagonist and my protagonist, right? My main character, my main bad guy. So those 2 are going to take the longest, right? They're going to be more in depth, more fleshed out, but all of these other side characters that I have going on, they're not going to take as much time, but it was important to me to at least write down physical description, a little bit of backstory if I need to, and their importance to the story. Because, why are they in there? Why does it matter that I'm even putting them in this story, right? So that to me was important. So if I have, 15, maybe it's 15 or 17 characters that I need to work on, I don't want to spend week 1 doing nothing but character profiles. Like, I think I'd probably lose my mind. So what I did is I took that and I split it up. So week 1, character profiles, these are the 4 character profiles that I'm going to do. And since one of them is going to be really detailed, I tried to keep that in mind. Who are the more main characters that are going to take me a lot more time to be more in depth, and then who are easier. So that way I put, 1 hard character, 3 easy characters that won't take as much time. That way I am keeping it simple, easy for myself. So that's what I did here. So there's the 4 character profiles I'm going to do this week. Second week, the 4 characters I'm going to do second week. Same for the 4th. And then I think the 5th week has 5. Again, math is not my thing, but it's split up. So that way each week I'm working on character profiles, but that's not the only thing I'm doing in 1 week. I'm going to start by reviewing my outline, seeing what changes I need to tweak or make. And then the last 3 weeks, I'm going to do Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. So that way it's broken up, and it makes my job a little easier. Again, so I'm not working on the same thing for an entire week and losing my mind. Also, I put a note on here, check-in blog post, which I want to tell you guys about. So each week I'm going to be doing a video and then a blog post to check in and tell you how this plan is going. And so far it is, I know it's only, what is today? Today's the 4th when I'm filming this. It's Sunday. I've been sticking to it so far. I've accomplished a lot already, and I'm really, really excited. So I will be doing like a weekly check-in blog post. Probably will put those up on Fridays or Saturdays. My week that I'm going to be working on this is Monday through Friday. So Saturdays and Sundays are going to be my self-care days, which I really wanted to talk about in this video because self-care is so important, especially as a creative person. It's really important as a creative to take care of yourself and fill your cup. If you're constantly putting out, right? If you're constantly emptying your cup and you're pouring all of this creative energy into your novel, right? You're draining yourself to some extent. And in the moment, it feels great, it feels amazing, but then you probably know what I'm talking about where, you know, later on, you feel that burnout, you feel yourself like. So self-care is something that I'm working on. I'm not perfect at, you know, I still get burnt out and I'm still trying to figure out, you know, what is self-care to me? How do I best take care of Taylor? And that's something that, you know, each individual needs to reflect and ask yourself, you know, how can I best take care of myself? How can I best fulfill myself and fill my cup and not just do things that make you happy in the moment, but something that actually fulfills you and makes you feel happier and good for a longer period of time. I hope that makes sense. When you're making your schedule and you're planning what you're going to do for Preptober and you're planning for NaNoWriMo, it's a lot. It's a big project. Like, let's not kid ourselves. This is a big challenge to take on. And set up your environment for that. Make sure that your friends and family know that this is something that you're working towards so that they can respect that and give you space, time, love, energy, support, all of those good things. If you need that, you know, drop in the comments and I will support you. You know, there are tons of other writers in the community that, you know, are so kind, so loving, so supporting, and we will be there for each other. So I'm so excited. I think the only thing I didn't show you is my planner yet. I know this video is kind of dragging on now. I talk a lot. So this planner is a Clever Fox planner. I mentioned it in my blog as well. I'm not sponsored. But I love these. I actually got the idea from Jenna Moreci. She's another writer, also YouTuber. I can link her channel down below if you want to follow her. She has a discount code for these, or a link with a discount code, something like that. That's what I used because you save a little bit of money getting these, which they're still pretty affordable. They're amazing, super beautiful. It comes in all different kinds of colors that you can pick. Comes with stickers in the back that you can use if that's your thing. I like to use them. Some of them are really cute. But this one is like the Ultimate Achiever Planner. I've used a couple other planners from them before, like I have their budget planner and I have a daily planner. What I really love about these is that it gives you a spot to write out your goals, and it's quarterly, right? So it's 3 months. Everything is fill in the blank, meaning like you get a month. This is what I mean. So this is my October. I've already gone ahead and like mapped it out. So, you know, that's my week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's Preptober. I like to put little notes to myself in there to keep myself encouraged. Well, this one, it's only, I think it was $30 or less, and then it was cheaper than that with the discount. So, I mean, these are super affordable. You get a lot of info out of it. There's a place for goals, monthly, you do weekly check-ins. It even has a spot on the daily where it gives you the times for the day, so you can block off what you did in a day. I can show you one of mine real quick if you're interested. So this right here, let me show you the day before. So this is what mine looks like. So I block off, this was my work day till 5 o'clock. This is what I did on my lunch break. And then this is what I did in the afternoon. Had dinner with my husband. This is what we did in the afternoon. So it also gives you today's main goal, today's priorities. So you have a little list here. On this side, you have daily affirmations. What are you grateful for? What are you excited about? Health, fitness, spiritual relationships, family and friends, personal development. So it has a bunch of different categories. I don't always fill them all in. Some are applicable some days, some aren't. Your work to-do list, your personal to-do list, and then it has space down here for more notes, which I will use a lot. this is like the setup for a day. So you have a space, and I love the affirmation part. If you follow me on Instagram, there's a guy that I follow on there. I think his name is Lucas. He shares amazing daily affirmations, and I share them on my story for you to check out. They're usually almost always applicable to me. It's amazing how you follow someone and then it's aligned with your life that way. It's so cool. But yeah, I share those, and so I like to put it on there, like the one for October 1st. I'll read it to you to show you how cool this is. I am ready for a new phase in life. I let go of what no longer serves me. I welcome new beginnings. How cool is that for Preptober? So I will leave you with that. I hope you enjoyed this video. If there's anything I didn't touch on or anything you have questions about, please let me know in the comments. If there's anything you want me to talk about in my next check-in, let me know. I will also be trying to do maybe mini check-ins on my Instagram, so I will link that down below if you'd like to follow me there. Yeah, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it, and let's do this thing. I'm so excited. Happy Preptober.